Yeah, sure. I'm most happy to tell you about what I do at Sartorius. So I'm Miriam Monge. I head up the MAB, recombinant protein and intensified processing market segment at Sartorius in Biotech. So we define the market strategy. We really evaluate the current portfolio that we have. We review industry trends, working closely with industry groups such as BPSA, BPOG, ASTM. We look at what those industry end users are saying about what future requirements are, and we review how well our current technology portfolio meets industry requirements. So for example, at the moment we see a strong trend towards intensified bioprocessing. So we review our portfolio and analyse where are there gaps and how can we fill those gaps in our portfolio, either through internal development, through acquisitions or through collaborations, and with our aim being obviously to build out a fully integrated platform. I'm also responsible then for the go-to-market implementation of this market strategy. I think that there are many reasons why the industry is looking at intensified processing, and the BPOG technology roadmap explains, industry needs very clearly in terms of the strong need for cost reduction in bioprocess development and manufacturing. Biologics drugs have been inherently very expensive, and only a certain percentage of the world's population can actually access these drugs, and so there is a strong desire to drive costs out. The BPOG talks about 90% cost reduction. There are many other factors also, the need for overall higher process robustness and product quality, which again can be better achieved through integrated, intensified and continuous biomanufacturing. With integrated automation, you can better achieve that higher quality. There are many other reasons as well in terms of the need for more flexible facilities that can be rapidly implemented, and in theory with intensified and continuous you can more rapidly implement because you won't have the same scale-up requirements. So yeah, indeed, many factors. I think also one of the key things is this need for a global supply chain. And when we look at the fact that 70% of the drugs in the pipeline only require less than 500 kgs per year of drug, these can easily be achieved with single-use intensified biomanufacturing facilities in commercial supply. So this is actually the first time now that single-use facilities can really enter in a big way the commercial supply market. So the FDA is working very closely with the ICH on trying to develop global harmonized standards, because up until now they've been, each country would have a different approach. And so notably the ICH has worked a lot with ICH 8, 9, 10 and 11, which are driving new technologies. And now the FDA and ICH are working specifically on a new standard, ICH 13, for continuous biomanufacturing. So that is ongoing. I think one of the biggest challenges in terms of the way in which things will vary is that whereas in the past a bioprocess would probably last about 2 weeks, when you're now looking at intensified and continuous biomanufacturing, you may be talking about up to 2 months. And so it's a question of, from a regulatory point of view, again, how do you define a batch and all these types of questions when it's a much longer duration. I think in terms of biosimilars and their interest in intensification, clearly the biosimilar manufacturers, our Asian clients, for example, are very, very interested in implementing intensification because, of course, this is really an opportunity to drive costs down. And many of these biosimilar manufacturers are aiming for a target cost of goods between $30 to $50 per gram. That said, the challenge for biosimilar manufacturers is that as there are so many of them competing for potentially one indication, the actual quantities that any given biosimilar manufacturer is likely to be manufacturing is more likely to be in the 150 kilogram range compared to an innovator who may have been manufacturing more in the 50, 1,000 or even 1,500 kgs per year. And so when you look at economies of scale, it's actually when you go to the higher kig demand that you're able to get the lowest cost of goods. So the challenge for the biosimilar manufacturers will be how to effectively develop this intensified process that gives them the lowest cost of goods, bearing in mind that the quantities that they're likely to produce are not necessarily going to be that high. Yeah, I think for Sartorius 2020, as far as our intensified bioprocessing platform is concerned, is really the year where we want to consolidate all the work that we've done so far. I really believe that on the upstream platform toolbox, we already have no doubt the industry-leading platform toolbox. If you think about everything that we have in the portfolio in terms of the cell line, which is extremely well adapted for perfusion-based processes, the Amber 15 perfusion mimics can enable you to pick the best clones. We have the Amber 250 high throughput in perfusion mode, which again enables significant timeline reduction, labor reduction, seamlessly scalable. We have also now the RM perfusion with an integrated membrane filter, which eliminates the need for an external device. So I would say on the upstream, and we also have perfusion media, high performing perfusion media. So we really have an extremely comprehensive intensified upstream portfolio, which we're very excited about. On the downstream, we're also making great progress. We've got our high cell density centrifuge, centrifuge here at the CPhI. We have new data that's being presented on the performance of that system, and we also have the Sartacon SPTFF, which we've co-developed for continuous UF-DF together with Sanofi. We're also presenting data on that here at CPhI. And also very excitingly, we're aiming to close our chromatography gap through, in this case, through acquisition, to be able to offer a really comprehensive, integrated, connected, downstream, automated, intensified platform. So I think 2020 for us should be the year of consolidation, where we can really bring this very comprehensive portfolio together and present that to the market, also supported by application data developed with our collaboration partners. So I and my team were very, very excited about what we're going to be able to bring in terms of solutions to our clients in 2020.